How are you guys doing? I want to watch this from the Invoker's perspective again. Because he, like, owned mid. So he starts here. We're going to do this at double speed.
The battle begins.
He gets cold snapped at 1. Veno ends up getting that kill. So he saves his skill point. I just level exhort. It's probably best. It makes his lane much worse, but it got them a first blood, so. Oh, I see. Bounty Hunter was helping mid. He goes 1 Quas, 1 Exhort, goes for the Forged Spirit. It's probably worth invoking. His laning is way better than mine. He gets like maximal harass. He's not getting much farm though. Or I guess this isn't working, so he's getting an okay amount of farm. This is the last hit under the tower. Goes 2 Exhort. I'm surprised he didn't go for the Alacrity. Alacrity is like the main reason that Invoker is really good right now, I feel like. I think he would have lived if he didn't turn to fight there. Prophet TP's in to kill a Forged Spirit. Yeah, I figured it out. So, I'm happy about it. I can actually stream again. I don't know what exactly was wrong either. I just replaced a bunch of things and it started working. So, hopefully it doesn't happen again. Booker's 16-8 at 4 minutes. I think that's okay. He's playing really aggro.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
This is where I'm wasting all my time, and CK ganks mid. So he had a really shitty game to start. I mean, he kept the SF down, but he did not have a good game. This CK is like giving him such a headache.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's funny because like I just didn't even know that he died that many times. So I guess I need to work on paying attention to my other lanes a little bit more. Granted, I've roamed and tried to help, but I was roaming under this ward, which was stupid. It was like very ineffective. Maybe if I'd like TP'd in and ran, would have been better. They get a nice kill on SF. And there is so much fighting in this lane. Here I TP in and die because of the CK, so... Yeah, so this death is entirely because I don't know why Invoker is dying. Okay, so that like really informs it. Because Invoker's died 3 times to CK doing that, and I would have been way... I would have expected that to happen if I had known why Invoker died. So just better map understanding. Sven shows up mid. What am I doing, top? Could have TP'd to help that. I don't think they needed it, but... He goes for 3-1-4, so he goes for the Forged Spirit build, which I think is fine. It's just different. He doesn't really do any Yule's combos until later. but his game was extremely hard. He's 1-3-3. He's only level 9 at this point. His net worth's super far behind. I mean, the SF has been kept down too, because there's been a lot of fighting. And I think he's kind of held his own in his lane fighting, despite the fact that he didn't go for he went for a pretty greedy item build. But I think he saw 4 cores build a Midas. So he saw a very similar thing to what I saw, which is we need to transition late, because we're not running over them early.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Here I die like an idiot. Team wants to help, but I'm just dead. And then I buy back like a dope. Invoker's just farming the jungle. Missed his Sunstrike.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Just feeding it up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So Invoker's staying really competitive in net worth, despite the fact that it's hard for him to get involved. It's 2, 3, and 4. His Sunstrikes have been pretty good though. He's thrown out probably 8 or 9 Sunstrikes at this point. And here he goes for the Yules. I think it's an okay item on him. It's kind of weird. I'd have to ask him, but why he went for the 4-1-4 and then built the Yules. I don't usually build Yules when I go that build. Sent out a clarity for himself. Kind of a weird time to send out a clarity for himself. He had like 600 mana. But he is looking all over the map. He's also microing his Forge Spirits pretty well. I bet his APM's higher than mine. My APM is so slow though. I have like 200 APM average in a game. That's why I was never very good at StarCraft or anything. I just couldn't click fast enough. Even though I knew what I like wanted to do, I just couldn't do it. Granted, I kind of avoid heroes that have a lot of clicking or a lot of micro. The only one that I really play pretty proficiently is not Meepo, is Visage. And Invoker to some extent.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So maybe he bought the Yules to target the Rubik. He goes Boots of Travel. So he goes super greedy. But he's just farming. He's playing very much more of a farming role on Invoker than I think I would play. I would try to get active with my Yules and I would run around and waste a lot of time. Whereas he's farming and then when he can get active, he goes in. He also uses Ice Wall a lot. I noticed that in the games. Ice Wall's not something I use all the time. And he goes Blink. And then here, I die like a dope. Boom. I didn't realize the SF was there. This is stupid. God, some deaths. This is so bad. It was super dumb. You'd swear I was good at this game sometimes.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Structures are fortified.
He just kind of lets the people around him do things, and then he shows up a little bit late. He's a little bit of a late adopter to fights. And he just throws out his spells, and then he kind of retreats. He's pretty accurate about hitting them. I really want to see how he fights in the bottom team fight, because he does so much work to defend our base there. 4 times is a little too fast to watch the game and actually understand what's going on. I'm gonna fast forward it though until the fight. I think something I could learn from him too is how he invokes his spells. This TP he wanted to fight here, but I was out of position. That's why we basically didn't fight that Roche. It's because I was out of position. And when he realized we weren't going to fight, he immediately TP's top to split push. And then Timbersaw chases him around for a bit. He goes invis. TP's back to base. And then here I run in like a dope. 3 of my allies dead. You don't have to be good at the game to hit 5k. You just have to be not bad. Even bad players get to 5k, man. Korvo? He's like 6.4k. Like, this game's got a couple of people in it that are like fairly popular. Dolphin's pretty good. He's like 6.2k, I think. This is Winter. Winter from BTS. And then Bloody 9 is the CK. He's like a popular American streamer. This is the fight I want to watch. I'm gonna watch this at normal speed. God, it looks so slow. Yeah, we're all just bad at the game, except for RTZ. He's the only good one. Alright, so let's put this on Invoker. Let's go back. It was like 59, I think. 58. It's like around 6k. I was the lowest MMR in the game. So he's just stalling. I'm like sort of watching, but not really. So he goes Ice Wall. This is good. This is something I can learn. Is using Ice Wall to stall pushes. It's like your best push stalling ability, really. He puts it down sideways. I think I would have put it down vertically. I kind of like this sideways, though. Throws down the EMP. Didn't really cast Tornado. He's just blasting. He's just using all of his spells to D-push. Disengage. Fans a Meteor. It's okay, he didn't have any follow-up items. Buys back. Wow, he blinked in real aggressively there. And then ran away. It's probably like, I didn't mean to blink.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's interesting he's using EMP even though it's level 2. Like, I wouldn't even think to invoke it at that point. Maybe he's just using it to use spells. Like, it's better to use some spells, even if they're weaker. Blink in, Ice Wall. And then he dies to Prophet Ult. He's super mad about that. So I guess big takeaways from this fight is just to use spells to use spells. He loves Ice Wall. He uses it all the time. I think this spell is underrated by me. Wall duration is quas. Movement slow is quas. Damage is exhort. I guess that's also a reflection of his build, because he put 4 in quas. I don't usually put that much in quas. I usually leave it at 3, sometimes 2, if I'm going like Wexort.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
I think Sven just farmed this game.
Dire's top
Alright,
tower
that's
is
that's enough Invoker. Let's see what Sven did. Because Sven was a beast this game too. This is Dolphin. Wow, he went Quelling Blade. Why did he go Quelling Blade? Like, I would have gone... That's so greedy! Why does he go a greedy build? What is he expecting in the offlane? Profit? I guess he's expecting, like, CK or something. So I guess he can afford to go greedy. Winter's good, dude. He's like 6.3k. He's really good. He owned me for a lot of the game. Like, we won because my Sven and my Invoker played like beasts.
I say no.
And I just, like, didn't feed it up. Like here. Like, this is Winter. He's lost a few of his games recently. Sucks. But yeah, that's Winter's profile. He's real good, dude. Wow, he's watching top too. Even in the laning phase at 2 minutes. I like never do that. My camera is like always on my hero. He goes cleave early. I don't think I would have done that either. He's just like pushing. Goes early helm? Doesn't he before boots? I guess no one's in his lane. And he wants to get the helm up as fast as possible for stacks. It's probably why he was so big, is that he got the helm really, really early. Why did he go the helm first instead of the Mask of Death? For the armor? Probably for the armor. And the passive regen is probably better than the lifesteal regen when he doesn't hit very hard. Yeah. Cleave for early stacks. That's what it is. And his build is reflecting that. So like his skill build and his item build is reflective of what he wants to do, which is early stacks.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Did he dominate a creep yet? No? No, he didn't. And then he gets a range creep, yeah. Yeah, he's going the early stack clear build. Was he trying to pull? What was he trying to do? I mean, he's like not harassed at all. And it's because Invoker's basically fighting the whole time mid. So in some ways Invoker did a lot of good by absorbing that pressure and still being useful. Rubik wards his Ancients. I think he buys the D ward. I think he goes and D wards it here. Yeah, maybe he wanted them to. I don't know what he was trying to do there. He probably was just trying to pull. Here he just walks up to CK, he's not scared. I don't blame him. It's interesting that he like doesn't use his stun there. I would have used my stun to try to kill him. But maybe he just doesn't think he has enough damage. Or maybe he just doesn't want to force a reaction bottom. Because like if he goes on CK, people will TP. And if he just like keeps farming, that's what he would prefer to do. Like even there he's not stunning. He's super patient with his stun. Maybe I've played too much Slardar. This stun actually costs mana. Slardar's costs like nothing. Wow, stacking the neutrals because his Ancients is blocked. I would not have done that. Scouting the CK. Holy shit, this guy is like... He's using his Helm of Dom like super effectively. He scouted the CK and then Veno dies anyway. He's probably like, what a scrub, Veno. God damn it, why do I always get scrubs on my team? I'm sure he's thinking that right then. And then I TP in and die and he's like, God damn it. Stop feeding, I'm free farming. Just don't feed, I'll win the game. Comes and clears his stack. God, he's gotten so much value out of this Helm of Dawn creep. Yeah, I know, he's just like, our Slardar is such a noob. I know that's what he's thinking. At least he's picked Slardar, right? Picked an OP hero, so... But his farm is massive. 88 CS at 11 minutes. 101. Like, treads Helm of Dom. This guy is, like... No wonder he carried. And it was close, too. Like, his net worth was pretty even with a lot of the other heroes in this game. I don't think I could farm that well. Even in a free farm lane. Maybe I could. I would not have done the stacks, though. Like, his map vision's also way better. Here he gets ganked. Still has time to stack.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, even with that death, like he is absolutely massive. I think he goes for Blink next. Yeah, he goes Blink. I think he's feeling the pressure to do something on the map, and so he chooses to go Blink, even though he could afford to go something like Sanj, and go like Sanj and Asha. But yeah, see, his whole skill build and then item build is reflective of him wanting to do those early stacks. He maxes Cleave, he only gets 1 in Warcry. Like, sometimes I see heroes like put a couple points in Warcry, because it scales like pretty well. It's 5 armor per. The cooldown goes down. I mean, Veno... Noob Slardar dies again. But the Veno Sven is a pretty strong lane. Here he almost gets out. Like, tries to get active with his blink and dies. So I think he decides to just go farm.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's doing so much with this range creep, with this
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
helm creep, though.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's because SF and Invoker have been fighting like crazy mid. It was SF and CK mid versus like Invoker Bounty, basically. And then Veno and Slardar would rotate in and feed, and the Prophet would rotate in and feed. Like, that's basically what happened in the mid lane, and that's why Sven has so much space. Here he takes his stack, and here I'm just like, oh, don't mind me, I'm gonna steal your experience. Fuck you. He's probably so frustrated with me. I was like trying to help, but like amped the wrong creep. It's all relative, you know. Like, I'm a pretty good player, but compared to this Invoker and compared to this Sven, I am trash. Yeah, Peru Slardar. That's pretty much what it is. Yeah, normally the creep just stays at the Ancients. I would never move it like that, and so I think now I'm gonna like pick a hero with Helm of Dom and try to move the creep like that. Like, he uses it to scout, he uses it to stack other camps when his ancients get blocked, he moves it around to like initiate fights, to see around corners, to scout movements, ganks movements for his mid hero. Like, he's done so much while AFK farming. Now he doesn't have a creep anymore, I don't think. Why does he go drums? Probably for the mana. I think it's for the mana.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's just farming. Farming. Checks out what's going on in the fight. This happens to me all the time too, where I like click to look at the fight and then my hero starts running there, and I don't necessarily know if I want to run there yet. Here he almost dies because of me. Invoker saves his butt though. But he went in because of me, and then he almost died because of me. So I baited him into almost dying. I don't think I played particularly well this game. Just TP's out with half health. I don't think I would have done that either. What did he gain from TPing out with half health? Like, he lost 900 health, but he gained 250 gold. I guess he's just assuming that he's going to farm it up. I mean, he uses Warcry, so he heals.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is fortified.
I guess it doesn't end up mattering. But he's just on the farm train. Because he's tried to fight a couple of times and he's died twice trying to fight. And I think he realizes what I realized, which is that you need BKB to do anything against their lineup. And so he's basically just stalling until he gets it. Yeah, he's farming like a beast. He's got 171 CS at 23 minutes. I don't think I've ever hit that kind of number. Maybe on SF. Kiri tells the team that he has BKB. He's like, I want to fight. That's literally what he says. He's got like a deep voice. He's like, I want to fight. It was really funny when I heard him say it. Maybe. I think he'd used it to get involved because he thought the team was falling behind. Blink's a fighting item. It's not a farming item. The old Rubik taunting and dying. Why didn't he ulti? Whatever. He runs up. He dies to profitable. He's so mad. Oh my god. He like wanted to get back involved again. Giant tree. Oh my goodness.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh god, and then you watched me like play like a noob here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's like watching, it's like, what's Slardar doing? Slardar's dying. I remember he was telling me right here, he was like, you're okay, just keep running, you won't die. It's like trying to guide the noobs.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But he was pretty far behind too. I mean, he didn't have a great game, but he ended up carrying this game. Like, he's 2-4-3. Like, I feel like we did really, like, his mechanics were really good, and his movements with his creep and his farming patterns were so good that it didn't matter that he had a bad game. You know, he had all of his core items up for the big fight bottom. And I think that's kind of like the big difference between him and me. You know, like, I had a bad game, but I let it impact my items in a negative way so that I wasn't ready for this fight. But Sven was ready. even though he had a shitty game, because his farming mechanics and his farming pattern was better, and like here he basically just beasts it, because it's basically him and Invoker versus the world right now. Venno does nothing. He just dies instantly. He doesn't even get his ulti off. But then he just goes in, tries for a kill. He's still got buyback. He doesn't even need to spend it because of the Invoker is doing work, but he's just watching the fight. Maybe he needs to. Gigantry. I can see why they wanted to fight at the Rush Pit though. Like he had BKB and he had BKB and Invoker wanted to fight too, and I just wasn't there. I didn't even have Blink because I went Midas. It's just a mistake. You know, looking at it from this guy's perspective, I should have built Blink. I was happy with the Midas because it was a more personally beneficial item, but it would have been way better for the team if I'd finished Blink. I mean, relatively I did nothing this game.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Slardar, why you farm wave after you kill CK? Kill the illusion, killing our base. Yeah, suiciding with Bloodstone. So there's definitely a ward in there based on that movement. Yeah, it's right there. There's like no way a Prophet TP's onto you blind. Yeah, I did some amping. Like, you don't always have to be the reason your team wins, but you definitely can't be the reason your team loses. And I think this game, I wasn't the reason my team lost, but I also wasn't the reason my team won. Like, once he finished this BKB, he's been super relevant. And I think he realized that. There was a point where he like tried to fight without it a couple times and he died twice and he's just like, this isn't working. And so then he went in like power farm mode until he finished his BKB. And now he's looking to get active because he has it while still farming. He's basically baiting himself. Goes and farms the ancients. He uses his blink a lot. Like a lot, just to move around. I would be more patient with it, like I would save it. And here he just man fights him. I don't know if I would have done that either. Oh, he didn't talk much. Just said a couple of things that I like laughed when I was playing. More farming. God, he's got so much CS. 300 at 35 minutes. Yeah, he does. But I think watching him, biggest thing to take away from it is his Helm of Dom. Like, he uses this item like crazy, and his opening item build was way different than an item build that I would have gone. He went for a Quelling Blade early, and then he skipped Boots because he was in a free farm lane to finish his Helm of Dom, and then he adjusted his skill build to farm the Ancients earlier. Like, look at this. Like, it's 2v3 and they just kill everyone. Meanwhile, Slardar is playing with the Timbersaw, right? Like, then he takes the Aegis and he just leaves it there, and he's like, Slardar, you can have it. You're a noob. You're dying all the time. Like, he just doesn't care. He doesn't think anything can kill him on the map when he has BKB. Like, as a carry player here, right? You would take the Aegis 100%. At least I would take the Aegis 100%, right? I'm a Sven. I'm the carry. I want the Aegis. But I guess he just doesn't think he'll die. Here he drops his treads. Treants try to kill the courier. It's kind of weird that he bought the travels and then he bought the send his treads back to sell them. Although I guess he has 1,000 unreliable gold. Like, one thing you want to do when you're changing your boots from treads to travels is you want to sell your treads first and then buy your travels, because then you're using the maximum amount of unreliable gold. Yeah, this guy didn't flame me at all. He's just like, even when I was like doing something stupid, he was like, I think you can live if you do this. Like, he was just offering suggestions. People don't flame very much at this MMR, or when they do flame, they flame really hard. It's like two opposite sides of the spectrum. But yeah, this guy went beast mode, just carried. Here he stuns the CK before CK stuns him. TP's bottom. 380 CS at 40 minutes. Slardar comes to steal a camp from him. I really didn't interact a lot with this Sven this game. Like, our paths just didn't cross that much. Man, he is so huge. Sanjin Yasha? Alright, why Sanjin Yasha? Why not, like... Is it because of the SF Scotty? It's probably the SF Scotty. That's probably why he bought it.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And then 40 minutes into the game, Slardar comes online. Here he wants to push. Invoker's on board. I am not. Yeah, it's probably just anti-kite. Here he kills the illusions, and then chases the CK. See what I mean? It's like the Invoker and Sven show. That's what this game was. These two are just like fighting all of them. Yeah, he did it for the move speed. It's just like really interesting that he goes at last. Now what, Satanic? Oh yeah, this was the fight. I remember this fight. This is so funny. We're all just sitting here like, do we go? And he's like clicking everyone, and I'm like clicking everyone, and then everyone's like, you look at everyone's player's perspective. They're all like, how's this fight gonna go? What's gonna happen? And then Invoker's just like DC'd, chilling. And I was like, I wonder what I could do. Like, am I gonna press R or am I not gonna press R? You know, his decision's really easy. He gets it off. He uses Warcry to get there faster. He's saving his blink though. Then he blinks in at a nice time. Gets some nice follow-up kills.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, this Sven just played really well. Like 40 minutes and he's 6 slotted. 438 CS. Like, that's the biggest thing. This guy like never quit farming. Like, never quit farming. 1,700 crits on an SF, easy game.
Dire's middle barracks. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower.
Holy shit, that damage. Like, even Invoker's like, holy shit, Sven, you're so good. That's literally what we all were thinking, I think. It's like, thanks for carrying us, dog. Here he's kind of stuck. So this is why like the Sanjin Yasha like confuses me, because it's a tier 3 item. There's like a bunch of tiers of items in terms of how good they are. Yeah, he does play very similar to RTZ. But he, like, this item isn't as good in terms of its value as like a Scotty or a Heart or AC or whatever. They're different cost tiers, right? This is 4,200, whereas the big items cost like 6K or something. And so I'm just confused as to why he bought it so late. But I guess it's just the anti-kite. Like, I think it would have been better for him to just buy Butterfly and then use the flutter effect if he was getting kited, because it also offers a little bit more defensive, but it doesn't offer as much damage. I don't know. It's really tough to say. Because item build probably didn't matter, and then he buys a rapier here at the end, because why not?
Dire's middle tower and all structures are Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower.
I think there's a lot I can learn from these two this game. I really like that I'm getting paired with players like this, though. Like, this guy is really good, right? Same thing with that Invoker. They're really good. And then Invoker does the annoying invoke at the last second. What a dick. But like after watching me play that game and then watching them play that game, they played way better than I did. And I think it just shows that they're just better players in general. Like, I have so much trouble when people focus me staying in the game, and like that Sven, the Invoker, was focused like all game, and he was super relevant all game. And the Sven had free farm, and he basically owned with it. He tried 1 or 2 times to gank to like salvage the game, sort of thing, when he didn't have BKB, and then he just said, "Forget that. I'm gonna farm my items, and then we're gonna win." I think he wanted to switch out his drums while keeping pressure on the enemy team. Well, I mean, he could have taken the Aegis instead of the drums, right? But he gave the Aegis to me. I don't know. I could watch this replay over and over again from so many different perspectives. I think I'd learn a ton. Like, my stats look good at the end, but like 480 CS, 47 minutes. You don't lose very often when you have that many last hits. Like, even this Prophet has 450. Like, 6k is just a different animal, and I'm just not there yet. Like, this guy was 6k, this guy is 6k, this guy is 6k. I think there were like 5 or 6ks in this game, and I'm like the scrub who picked my best hero and like fed. It was irrelevant for most of the game, and then bought stupid items and went in on bad initiations, and it just puts it all in perspective. Still got a long way to go. God, that Sven was so good. Wish I could play carry like that guy.